Very much. I'd like to thank you all for a very important voice in this debate for us. For me, this discussion is extremely important, and the cooperation with the European Parliament, who's going to be present in Durban on the spot, is important for us to be able to speak one voice and to represent the EU's position. I'd also like to refer to what was mentioned here repeatedly, to a negative assessment of the state of negotiations and the result we can arrive at. In general, the situation is serious. The climate is changing. The emissions are growing. Europe is in a financial crisis, but I do not imagine that as the presidency I could say that we are going to Durban with the awareness that we cannot achieve anything. That would be quite a curious situation. I don't know how I would explain such a position in my own country and here in front of you. So I'd like to tell you that we're going there with the hope that we will reach an agreement on key points. And those key points and the path that I personally see towards them, while I'll be holding the negotiations with the countries in Durban, is getting substantial progress on Cancun agreement. That is the first and crucial issue, which covers also financing, namely progress in the negotiations. The second point that you have stressed repeatedly today as well, a clear signal on the Kyoto Protocol, namely that the EU is interested in talking about the next accounting period. This is extremely important in order to maintain the mechanism. We will do our utmost to do it. And the third point, probably the most important, is a new legally binding commitment which will cover all the emitting countries. And we will be able to sit with them at the same table and look through the experience related to the Kyoto Protocol to evaluate the situation after 20 years since the Kyoto Protocol negotiations, because it has changed in the meantime. We see that there are countries which have got various reduction possibilities. On the other hand, there are also countries which need financing in terms of adaptation measures. It will be extremely important in Durban to have to strike a positive balance between mitigation and adjustment activities, at the same time not forgetting about what we have to do ourselves here in Europe, which is also adjust to climate changes. In the context of what is going to happen in the years to come, let me refer to something Mr. Florenz said today. I mean, the natural resources which are becoming more and more scarce. And here, I mean both the climate and the ecosystems, as well as water, waste. There are more and more people living in the world every day, and there are less and less raw materials. We are consuming more and more of those. So that means we will have to focus on that in the year or two to come in order to take urgent action in Europe in order to reduce raw material consumption. I do hope we will be working together with the European Parliament, and I'd like to thank you for all the comments today.